What is going on, Nerd Fam? Nerdy Jace here, and I'm back on today's video with a new What's in the Box. What's in the Box is my version of a pickups video. You know the spiel by now. I'm not going to go through all that. Save a little bit of time. But you do know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, leave some comments if and when you feel like it. And yeah, today's What's in the Box is another movie pickup, basically, and it's primarily Power Rangers in celebration for Power Ranger Day. And I also have three non Power Ranger related things that I'll show off here at the beginning. But the main point of this video is all about Power Rangers, and I'll get into that a little bit more. And again, my kind of history with Power Rangers, I talked about it way back in when I first started the channel and started doing the What's in the Box videos and stuff, because I had another Power Ranger focused video that was based on couple of the comic omnibuy that I got, as well as the Power Ranger board game. So yeah, I'm just going to rehash that. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to start this off now. So first up, I have a 4K Blu-ray that I got on sale, as Amazon, is having one of their sales when I got this. And this is the phenomenal Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 classic. Again, this is a phenomenal movie, and then in 4K just makes those old colors pop on the film. And again, it's based on the Jack Finney novel, The Body Snatchers, and has a great freaking cast. I mean, you can see up there, we've got Donald Sutherland, Brooke Adams, Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum, and of course Veronica Cartwright. So yeah, basically some spores fall from from space into the San Francisco area in California, and starts changing the the local flora and whatnot. People start bringing them into the homes and coming in contact with it, and then strange shit starts happening. They get taken over. Again, this is a classic trope in sci-fi and horror, and sci-fi horror and whatnot. So again, if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It is great. It kind of that slow burn, and then once it starts getting going, it's really good. And then the last frame of the movie is just it's just classic. And yeah, this is a Kino 4K release. Again, been meaning to put this in my collection for quite a while, and finally again pulled the trigger when it got down to, I think it was like $15 on sale. So again, good price for 4K Blu-rays as well. So again, great movie, highly recommend this. And the next two are DVDs, and this one is a silent film classic, The Man Who Laughs. So this stars Conrad Veidt and Mary Pilben. And this is based on the novel from Victor Hugo of the same name. So this is a silent film classic. This came so at the time, Universal was kind of in a bidding war. They wanted Phantom of the Opera, and of course they wanted Lon Chaney to star in that. And then they also picked up this, and they wanted Lon Chaney to be Conrad Veidt's character of Gwynplaine. But some stuff was going on at the time. They thought they had the rights, and then they didn't, but then they got it again. or the rights to this novel. They had the rights to Phantom of the Opera, and then that's when they went ahead and filmed it with Lon Chaney. That became one of his signature roles. So then, yeah, they got Conrad Veidt to come on, and he was in the cabinet of Dr. Caligari. I can't talk today. Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and then he was also other stuff. But then he was also in Casablanca, which I still haven't seen. That's one of the classics that I still haven't seen after all these years. But yeah, so this I'll go with the gist of this movie right now. So basically, in the 17th century, King James II, he brain fart now too. He disfigures Gwynplaine, who was the son of one of his rivals, and makes it where he has a permanent smile. So then, years later, as he's growing up, he becomes he gets a job at a circus, or he becomes a clown, and he becomes a laughing man because, again, the smile. And then he befriends this gypsy girl right here who's blind and doesn't know what his face looks like or anything like that. And then years about that same time, King James's daughter learns of Gwynplaine's existence and then restores because he's the son of a nobleman rival of King James. So restores his birthright, again, just to continue playing further tricks and pain and misery on this poor person. And then forces her sisters to marry him, again, as this ongoing prank. And Gwynplaine kind of goes insane and whatnot, and then tries to leave with Drea, that's the gypsy girl, and other violence and what stuff ensues. So again, silent film classic. And then the other big thing is Gwynplaine was the inspiration for the Joker. They use his again, his laughing man visage for the Joker, and that's who we know and love today as the character or whatever. So very cool. Finally got this. Again, this has been on my radar also to purchase, and again, I picked it up for like $5. And then I got a gift from the wifey, and it's another Mystery Science Theater film, and that's my favorite, Manos, The Hands of Fate. So again, this is a great episode, Mystery Science Theater, my favorite episode, but the movie itself, Manos, is fucking hard to watch. It is it is a terrible movie. And again, that's why it has the Mystery Science Theater treatment. But the movie is fucking terrible. And it's like, how did that even get greenlit? How did a movie studio put forth the money to make this piece of shit? Is amazing in itself. But again, check this out. And actually, Riff Tracks, they have their own little. They have it's like a sequel to it, so it's just Riff Tracks itself. So again, a lot of people on that do Riff Tracks also worked Mystery Science Theater. But again, yeah, check this out if you haven't. So yeah, so it has the Mystery Science Theater episode, and then it actually has just the original film itself. So yeah, again, check it out. I love it. Love to hate it. I threw it on shortly after Julia got for me and everything. And I think that's the first time she actually watched it all the way through. She saw clips here and there when I've had it on just randomly in the past. And yeah, she was just like, whoa, that's rough. But anywho, so now with that that out of the way, now we're on to the Power Ranger stuff. And so yeah, this was a Shout Factory release. Shout Factory puts out all the Mystery Science Theater stuff. So, and again, Shout has the licensing to put out the Power Rangers DVDs, Blu-ray collection, all that stuff. So yeah, every year on August 28th is Power Ranger Day. That day in 1993 is when we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers here in the States, and it became a cultural phenomenon. Blew up big time, and I mean it's still going on today. And yeah, so what was that 93? So I was what? I was 11. Yeah, 11 at the time. And again, I mentioned this multiple times. Huge Voltron fan. I love the Godzilla movies. So you know, I saw episodes, and again, you know, it's got some comedy and stuff like that into it also. But again, when the action hits and everything, you know, I see that, I'm like, whoa, is this like live action Voltron? And then, you know, they get into, you know, once they get into the Megazord and everything starts fighting the kaiju, I'm like, shit, that's freaking Godzilla stuff. So then I started watching it, you know, here and there, especially when about the time that Jason David Frank's character, Tommy Oliver, joined the show, and yeah, just kind of fell in love with it. You know, I'd watch it here and there as I grew older and whatnot. Went off for a while, obviously. Came back to it. And yeah, you know, again, just adding more stuff to my collection that I didn't already have. Because again, I got the complete Mighty Morphin Power Ranger collection. And speaking of other stuff and Jason David Frank, you know, again, rest in peace for him. So this is going to take it back to my very first time going to Dragon Con, and I still have my Green Ranger Tombi figure. It has a little bit of damage from, again, this came out in 94. But yeah, my mom got this for me at the time. About that time, I was also starting to like not open stuff, like starting lineup figures, things like that. I would have them for like collector's purposes, and my mom got me this, and then she's like, yeah, you know, just hold on to it, you know, because this character's not going to be on the show for very much longer or whatever. Somebody told me that or whatever. So again, I've had it complete, you know, intact this entire time. I met Jason David Frank at Dragon Con, and as you can see, he signed it for me. Again, I share 2 names with him. And yeah, he was really cool dude. So nice. He's always great to the fans. You know, went to the one of the panels and listened to him talk, and like Karen Ashley and a couple of the Walter Jones, he was on there, and then the guy that did he did a lot of the villain voices. I cannot remember his name now, which I'm sorry, but he was also on the panel. He did the voice, you know, for Lord Zed and everything. But anywho, kept this all these years. Again, the thing with these kinds of things, you know, eventually the packaging starts to kind of yellow. Obviously, you can see right here, started yellowing on his hands and feet or whatever, and then up here, this is some kitten damage, some kitten teething damage. I had this here in the room on kind of posted over to the side, and as well, Jones, when he was a kid, and he and his brother and sister were, as we were integrating them with other cats at the time, kind of got a edge that and nibbled on it a little bit. I mean, it's still intact, but you can see the teeth marks, whatever. I'm not ever going to sell this anyway, but again, that's something cool that I've had all these years. But yeah, so Power Rangers, and yeah, the first well, going back to Shout Factory, again, they put all their Power Rangers shit on sale, as well as the original series, and that would be Super Sentai. That's the series that started it over in Japan. So yeah, I just kind of went hog wild to a certain extent, got a bunch of stuff that I didn't already have and added to my collection. And then once I was looking for this also when I was picking out my stuff to put in my cart. It's like, well, where's the movie? And then I was like, well, oh well, I'll get it, at some point later on. But they had part of the deal was if you spent over $75, you got I think it was like free shipping, or yeah, I think it's free shipping, and then you also got a free copy of this while supplies last. So obviously I got a copy of the first Power Ranger movie. So again, you take this as is. Again, it's catering to the kids a lot, so some more of the slapstick humor, especially with the Ivan Ooze character. But the crazy thing, I never knew until recently, like the entire time that they were making this movie, they were also having to shoot the weekly show, and that was crazy, especially because they were filming this in Australia. So between the super jet lag, the weird time changes and stuff, the daily cycle, and then filming the movie stuff with because they had several like rewrites and people fired and being rehired and yada yada. They were still having to film the regular show, which that's crazy. So yeah, got this to the collection. But Power Rangers started back in 1975. It was created by Shotaro Ishimori, and he also created the Kamen Rider series. But Power Rangers started with the I got written down here so I could say it correctly. Himitsu Sentai Gorenger was basically the granddaddy, the progenitor of Power Rangers. And there's various series off and on from 1975 to throughout the 80s and everything. And then when we get to the early 90s, that's when Super Sentai officially happens. And there's some differences, obviously, between our stuff and theirs. And I'm keeping on bound. I want to keep talking about it as I go through. But basically in so Super Sentai Zyu Ranger, that came out in 1992, and then in 93 Toei and Saban Studios, they came up with their little agreement partnership to use the Super Sentai footage for like when the Rangers are in the suits and fighting the Zord battles and stuff, so they could use all that. But then Saban was creating a different narrative throughout, and that's how we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But yeah, so first up in the new series, the new stuff to my collection, I got basically the complete Power Rangers in Space. So that's Volume 1 and Volume 2. Actually, Volume 1 I had to get off of Amazon, which luckily was running a sale at the same time, because Shout Factory was out of Volume 1, so I got Volume 2 from Shout, Volume 1 from Amazon. But this is the entire entire series, which is 42, 43-ish episodes. And this is basically like the end of the Zordon era of Power Rangers. So this came out, right directly at the end of Power Rangers Turbo, which is very divisive. I hate it. I never did watch the second half. The first half I started, watching here and there. Again, mostly because of Jason David Frank. I like Catherine Sutherland as Kat too. I like most of the the returning cast. Zeo, I like Zero, but I also don't like Zeo because again, it's kind of getting too hokey here and there. Awesome theme song though. The In Space theme song's pretty good too. But I didn't like the car Zords and everything. Kind of same thing with Voltron. I hated the vehicle Voltron shit. I still refuse to watch that again. And then the stupid freaking kid. And I can't think of his damn name anymore, but me and basically everybody else hated him. Second half of that, when Jason David Frank leaves and a couple of others, and they get the new Rangers and stuff. Apparently, he started making it better. It got a little bit better by the end of it, and then basically the main villain Divatox, she wins. She blows up the command center, which again, who doesn't? But starts taking their powers and everything, and then that's where In Space comes in. At least our In Space. Well, Zordon gets captured. So then the Turbo Rangers go into space to try and stop Divatox and get Zordon back or whatever. And then by that same time, another Ranger already knows about that. He's on a mission. That's Andros. He's the Red Ranger. He goes kind of on a suicide mission to try to get Zordon if he can. If not, just see the whereabouts or whatever. And basically, they come together. They accidentally, by luck, they get the Astromorphers and then the new the mega ship that becomes their Zord and everything. And then, boom, they're going after trying to get Zordon back. And this is so this is a little bit darker than the previous Power Ranger series or shows. Again, that kind of darker tone, and if I remember right, a lot they did use the Super Sentai footage, but a lot of the script and everything, it was from scratch basically, and they were putting more mature themes and stuff in there. So that was really cool. And then that's what a lot of people were like, okay, so this brought Power Rangers back. But like I said, the complete series. Oh yeah, and then of course you got one of the bad guys there. Come on. And then the team. So yeah, I watched a good chunk of In Space before I got these, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, again, that was kind of a no-brainer adding that into the collection. As is this one, which is the complete Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Because again, Tommy Oliver, Jason David Frank comes back in this. And basically, he's a scientist, and he is working on a secret project on a remote island, and that's basically him researching like all these dino powers and stuff. And as he's trying to save his work and all this other stuff, the main bad guy, which we don't see at the, yet. It's later on. I think it's episode 2 we see him maybe. Island blows up. Tommy goes away. Years later, you know, he's a science teacher, and then the main 3 Rangers, they stumble across on they got detention, and Tommy takes them to the local museum because he's still researching some stuff. They stumble across his the new little command center area. They get the dino crystals, which in turn helps them morph and all that good stuff. And yeah, we get the Dino Thunder Rangers, and then of course eventually Tommy also joins the team as you know, the Black Ranger. And yeah, Dino Thunder has one of the coolest main villains also, Mesogog. Like he's like original Lord Zed before you know, that tone shift with him, because the parents at the time were like, oh, Lord Zed, you know, he's too scary for my kids, and you know, they're having nightmares and stuff. That's the fucking point. But he reminded me of original Lord Zed, where he's just menacing and stuff, and just little subtle things that he does with his voice. You can feel the menace in it. And then Dino Thunder has a fucking slapping intro song. It's not as good as, you know, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because that's classic. It's hard to beat that, but this one is up there. It's probably my second favorite theme. So again, the show comes on, it's and then get to the chorus, and yeah, Dino Rangers roar, Dino Rangers score. Again, good series. My only criticism right now, I haven't gone through the entire series yet. Yeah, I went through the first five episodes, and man, like, there's no time to breathe. No time for the plot. Not really the plot, but for the character. I mean, we start seeing their personalities and stuff at the beginning and everything, but it's just boom, 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 go, go, go. They get the powers. They get this. They get the Zords next episode, and then after that, they Tommy gets them some like dinosaurs that they can ride, and then the next episode they get you know, Tommy's starting to get his powers, but then they also get these freaking dino motorcycle things that can break into these little random portals around the main area that they're in and stuff, and just like boom, there's no time. Let's dial it back a little bit so we can, you know, breathe, digest what we saw, and then let's go into a little bit more. That's my only criticism right now, but again, I haven't gone through the entire series yet. But again, effects, the show stuff's cool, the Zords look cool, all that stuff. So again, big, nice addition to the collection. And then last up in our version of the show, I have the complete Power Rangers Time Force. So this is another more mature, kind of darker toned Power Ranger series, which again, the fan base, most of the fan base was really receptive to it. They enjoyed it a whole lot. Oh, there we go. And then apparently, this is, to this date, the only American version. This is the closest to the Super Sentai as far as story and everything that we have currently. So that's really something too. Which again, over in Japan, they really enjoy. They like the tone shift again back to the more mature stuff. So yeah, and this one in the distant future, the Time Force, the Time Rangers, most of them are from the year, I think it's like 3000 or something. But they come they come back in time because a time bandit or time lord, Rancic, he escapes a little time prison and is going to start fucking around with time. So they're charged with stopping him from doing that, and typical time travel stuff. But I know this a lot more so for the Red Ranger, Jason Font, because he was a good friend of Jason David Frank and like Steve Cardenas, who was Rocky, because they would do the con circuit and all that stuff, and then some of the Ranger like mega episodes where like Forever Red, they got like all the Red Rangers in history to come together and shit like that. But yeah, never really watched it at the time. So again, once I get caught up on these other ones, I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. And again, from one of my friends who's a huge Power Ranger fan, that's what he was saying. Like, this is a high recommend, and then again, this is the closest to the Super Sentai footage that we've ever had to date. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, speaking of Super Sentai, once again, we're going to where it started. And so yeah, I got Super Sentai Zyu Ranger. So this is their version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is the Dino stuff. Theme songs are right. I looked up some of these theme songs as I was preparing for this video and everything. And I kind of put on, well, Jury Duty made this video later than what I intended. But yeah, in this one, so in this one, kind of like, opening of Power Rangers where Rita comes out, and Rita in here is the witch Bandora. And that actress, I don't know her actual name. I'm sorry. Feel free to rip me over that in the comments. But that actress, she also played a villain in the earlier Sentai stuff back in like the the late 70s, early 80s. So it's cool that she came back or whatever. But these are ancient warriors that come to our time to stop Bandora, who was released from her prison 170 180 million years ago, because yeah, they're in suspended animation. So once she breaks out, they get released to combat her machinations and potential world domination and all that. So yeah, they get the Guardian Beast, the dinosaurs, and go from there. Yeah, this is the complete series. So yeah, lots of DVDs on here. And I like how it has the the episodes and stuff over here. And something I didn't know, again, until I was doing a little bit of research. Oh, so again, before I get to that, so like with Voltron and some of this other stuff, Ultraman, things like that, over in Japan, a lot of these kid shows had, I say adult themes in it. What I mean is some of them would cuss in there. You get a damn or a hell, a lot of hells. But also there would be blood. Characters would die. Where we didn't get that over here. So that again, that's pretty cool to have the original unedited versions and stuff like that. But what I didn't know at the time was over in Zeo Ranger, the Red and Green Rangers, they're actually brothers. So that's kind of cool to find out. Didn't know that. But again, once I go through these, then I want to start on the Sentai, Super Sentai stuff. But yeah, like I said, complete show. has bonus features Power Progenitors and Super Sentai Zeo Ranger Power Morphicon 2014 panel. So again, my very first Super Sentai collection. And then after that is Super Sentai Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger. So this picks up, for us, it'd be, I guess, season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's when Lord Zed comes up. We get, eventually get, they get the Thunder Zords. We eventually get the White Ranger. Again, that's my favorite version of Tommy. But again, over with the Super Sentai series, each one is its own thing. There's no continuation between teams and things like that, and themes. Well, I mean, you got your overall theme, whatever, but each season is its own team, and then they move on to another one. So didn't know that at the time either. So yeah, and that's the thing too. I also found out Lord Zed was created specifically for us here in the States. He was not the bad guy. He has never appeared in Super Sentai, to my knowledge, to this date. He maybe in some of the newer stuff he might have made a cameo again when they have a big bad guy reunion or something like that. But again, to my knowledge, he has never been in Super Sentai. So the bad guys in Dai Ranger were the Gorma. So yeah, this one, the 3 tribes of the Dios Empire, Shura, Dai, and Gorma, were peaceful until the Gorma set out to conquer the planet, launching a magical war between Gorma and Dai tribes that lasted for centuries. In the end, both civilizations were lost until now. The evil Gorma returned, and now it's up to Master Kaku to assemble a team of kids with high levels of chi to become the Dai Rangers to protect the Earth or whatever. So yeah, and that's the thing too. So you know how each series has its own little thing. Again, Mighty Morphin were dinosaurs. Season 2 and Dai Ranger, they were Chinese mythical beast, which I didn't put that two together again until doing a little bit of research. We got the vehicles, yada yada. So again, that's pretty cool too, how they kind of focus the themes and stuff like that, but with the powers and stuff to different things, certain things. So yeah, Dai Ranger, like I just said, it focused more on Chinese mythology, and then kung fu, and then the ki or chi, however you prefer to say it, as opposed to just the power coins and all that. And then yeah, the suits are a little bit different too. So parts of this, or no, the series that came after this were our version of the Alien Rangers, if I remember correctly. And then it goes into Zeo and stuff like that. Again, feel free, if you have more knowledge than I do, definitely let me know in the comments. But again, it's going to be cool to see where the origins of this, and again, the differences between our version and theirs and that kind of thing. And then yeah, the White Ranger is a smaller kid in this one, but apparently they treat him a little bit more differently than what we got over here with, again, what is that damn kid's name? I cannot think of him. That was in freaking Turbo. But we'll see. Theme song for Dai Ranger, not bad. It's better than a lot, but again, it's not as good as Mighty Morphin and Dino Thunder. And then lastly, to end out this video, my last Super Sentai, and that's going back to Time Force. I got the Sentai version, and basically it's just get up there without the glare. Mirai Sentai Time Ranger. So pretty self-explanatory. And this is the first series to have 2 Red Rangers on the team at the same time. But yeah, again, this is just OG Time Force. And again, you know, just all the entire series over there. And that's the thing too. So yeah, the Time Ranger theme, it slaps too. It's really good. So yeah, definitely enjoy the theme song for this. And again, I already talked about basically the gist of it with this. So I'm not going to go over that again. I will, however, give Shout Factory a few knocks on their packaging of these. So definitely Die Ranger. I want to say Die Ranger, Time Ranger, and then I think it was Dino Thunder. The discs were out of order. Actually, some in a couple of these, the discs were actually loose off the spindle. So yeah, as you can see right there, you know, it's that typical just press in. They could have been a little bit more distinct to where it's this is a little bit more flush than what it needs to be. It needs to be up a little bit higher so it holds in the DVD better. But some of them were off the spindle. Luckily, none of them were damaged, so that's good. But they also were not in disc order, so I had to put, you know, go through and then put them in the correct order, because they had like disc 1 or 2 in the very back, and then kind of mixed up from there. So that's a slight knock on it. But other than that, again, just happy to jump on, you know, the Power Ranger Day sale, add these to my collection, and then again, talking with one of my friends, add some more stuff to my wish list. So next time either Ranger Day comes or they do another set, I can add them to my collection also and go from there. But yeah, that's going to end this somewhat long-winded Power Ranger appreciation what's in the box video. Thanks for joining me as always. I greatly appreciate it. Again, leave some comments down there. Your thought on Power Rangers as a whole, the culture, things like that. What you have in your collection, whatever, you know, feel free to leave them in the comments, and, you know, we can engage about that. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Until next time, Nerd Fam, it's morphin' time! See ya.